What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Market Unlocked. It's 5 days away until Justin's birthday.
Wow, dude. I feel like we were just here yesterday talking about my birthday last year, and now
Yeah, it's back. It
man,
happens every year. It's crazy, huh?
I wish birthdays didn't happen every year. I really don't. It's too frequent.
Well, that's what happens when you cross your 30s. D-Lon, man, how's the surgery? How's the shoulder feeling, bud?
What's up, Lon? Big surgery guy. Anyways, we got something to uncover here, man. We got some stuff to uncover.
Like what, big dog?
Oh, I'm
Oh, wait, I forgot. This is the market update.
dude, yeah, it's the market update, man. Now we're going live today just to chat with you guys. We don't want to talk about crypto or anything.
Yeah, I actually gave up on the market because I sold my ETH. I quit. Quit trading. Just kidding. All right. Hey, shoulders detached. I feel like that was kind of a low blow to my tear, buddy.
Got your ass.
I have no labrum.
All right, let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
All right. We could wait a little bit till people trickle in. You know,
Nah, 2 minutes. All right. So, guys, what do we do on? Well, it's not a red day anymore. Now the whole market's green. But what do we do on red days, especially when we have a loss like we did today on XRP? You look at what Nancy Pelosi is doing, and you copy her trades, and you get a win. In other news, Trump accuses Nancy Pelosi of insider trading. I think we all kind of knew that already, though.
TRX is ripping right now.
Huh?
Nothing. Anyways, go ahead.
You said TRX?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, duh. So Trump puts out a truth. Crooked Nancy Pelosi and her very interesting husband beat every hedge fund in 2024. For anyone here, let me just keep reading it. In other words, these two very average, and then he puts in quotation, average minds beat all of the super geniuses on Wall Street, thousands of them. It's all inside information, and he forgot to capitalize the I. Is anybody looking into this? She is a disgusting degenerate who impeached me twice on no grounds and lost. How you feeling now, Nancy? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
So disgusting degenerate.
Disgusting degenerate. What I was saying when I kind of interrupted the paragraph was, for anyone that doesn't know, Nancy Pelosi's husband runs a hedge fund. So that's why it's that's why it's extra funny.
Dude, there's so much conflict of interest here. Like, I know this is old news, but the fact that you're a policymaker for the federal government, right?
Yeah.
And your husband operates a hedge fund.
Yeah.
That's so nuts to me that's just been like swept under the rug for so many years. I get we live in a free market society, but like this is obviously like an advantage. Like, you know, she was the one that was telling these companies what they can and cannot do and approving what they can and cannot do.
Did you see how good she traded Nvidia?
Oh, like she knew whatever. Like she knew what.
It's
like she knew.
It's almost like she had a tie on with the deals happening with the chips in China and Taiwan. It's like almost like she played a part in the laws.
It's almost like she's the CEO.
Whoa.
Is she the actual CEO of Nvidia?
She's actually on the board of Nvidia and AMD. She's basically like CEOs. I mean, she's not, but you catch my drift.
It is. I know, but it's just malarkey.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I probably would have done the same thing if I was her. Anyways,
Yeah. I hear you.
you know,
Oh. Yep.
Trump. Trump is just uh on a absolute spree of putting people on the chopping block. Trump fires the IRS head, but honestly, this reason is kind of like you know,
Dude, I got some stuff to say about this.
yeah. Listen, there's an immigration factor to it, okay? He fires the head of IRS because the head of IRS would not give ICE or the federal agents tax info on immigrants, specifically illegal immigrants. But it's a weird situation. How I feel, especially if you can and cannot do that. Um, you know, but I'm totally for like getting as much data on somebody that threat, but I don't know the scope of targeting of this was.
Mhm.
Think
Did you see who he put in place of it?
who?
Scott Bessent. Uh, who
Scott Bessent. Yeah.
he was put as Treasury Secretary in the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But so this is why, like, dude, like you gotta call it like it is. So where that Epstein and Trump shit is like popping back up again, because for the folks that don't know, Scott Bessent basically ran Soros's hedge fund. You guys don't know
Mm.
who George Soros is. That's who is like rumored to be one of like the cabal, like one of the deep state, like one of like the Illuminati. You know
Mm.
how they say like
Mm.
these people pull the strings, right? There's like the CEO of BlackRock, and then there's like the Rockefellers. Well, George Soros is one of them, and there's all this speculation that he was the money behind COVID,
Mm.
and just through all that. So there's I don't want to get into crazy deep conspiracy stuff right now, but there's a lot of stuff like that about George Soros and his power with the WHO, and his power with the not the World Health Organization, that's the WHO, but the World Economic Forum, the World
Mm.
Economic Forum that meets in Davos, Switzerland all the time. Well, not all
Mm.
the time, but every year. But by the way, I want to go to Davos, but a slice of pizza is like $45. Um,
Yeah.
um,
Sorry.
but that's so like the World Economic Forum is where like the elite of the elite go, right? If you guys watch a lot of like YouTube and stuff, there the last meeting of the World Economic Forum, there was these reporters that basically called out the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, and George Soros, and was basically just saying like, you guys push this COVID agenda. Are you guys happy with yourselves? Yada yada yada. Anyway, just crazy stuff. And that guy ran the Soros hedge fund, and now he's running the Treasury, and I guess took over the IRS. Like, I don't know, man. I I really wanted like shit to go back to like gun ho, like like cowboys and fucking like this is the good old America, and it just feels like it's just constant deep states and constant. It's just like a constant psyop the whole time.
Dude, how many administrations are we just gonna chuck up as a loss? That's what I want to know. Or maybe,
Yeah.
also, but let's look at it like this. You know, maybe we were just too naive back then. And this has been happening all along,
Oh, I
right?
mean, this has for sure been happening all along.
Yeah.
For sure.
And especially with, social media, information spreading faster instantly being put
Yeah.
in people's front of faces. It's
Yep.
just more in your face than it ever was before.
Right.
So, I think, yeah, man, I think we just go back to the old man. We only could, like me and you and everybody else, we control what we control and make the best out of it, right? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
um, just yeah, that's all that shit going up on top. That's above my pay ground. I don't need to worry about that.
Yep.
We only live
Just
we don't even live 100 years anymore. But like, we only got one
like
lifetime.
I get the whole, like you're in power, like it's just natural, guess human tendency, like do the stuff that's in interest of you and your peers and your circle or your administration, like whatever's going to help you guys out, right? But you just figure like at at what point do they think that the American people have had enough, right? There's going to be a time where that happens, um, unless they keep like brainwashing people and turning them to low T mush, which is what they've been doing. But you know, the whole Boston Tea Party was fought over like a 2-3% tax, and how can we say America's the land of the free when like half of your income is taxed, right? And you can say it's you pay 20% taxes, but do you really? You pay 20% taxes, and then you pay 8% taxes to buy shit, and then you get capital gains tax anytime you
Who
fucking make
pays
money
20%
on.
taxes?
I'm okay. Like the lower tier is like 20 to 22% taxes.
Hmm. Mm.
So there's that, and then there's the taxes you pay on all goods. There's the taxes you make on gains, which is crazy because you've already been taxed on that money already. Yeah. You know what? If they say no capital gains or no fucking taxes or just lower taxes, whatever. Cool. You guys can keep doing all your criminal shit. But I'm just tired of this like fake agenda and fake narrative kind of pushed on us. And that kind of goes on to our next point, like how all these Republican influencers that are paid by the Republican Party, for example, like DC Drano, David Harris Jr., all posting, oh, Trump brokers Armenia and Azerbaijan peace deal. He should get nominated for a Nobel Prize. Guys, cut the shit. That deal, for anyone that didn't know, so Armenia and Azerbaijan have been in conflict since the fall of the Soviet Union in 91, 92 over land that was ethnic Armenian land. And basically, there's been this fight for the longest time over Karabakh, which is like this strait in the South Caucasus. And so basically Trump was like, hey, like, you guys got to stop fighting. Let's broker a peace deal, yada, 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 right? Everything sounds cool. And, to the normal eye, it's like, oh, cool. These two countries that have been fighting for literally 35 plus years, they shook hands. Well, the real truth behind all this is that land, guess where that land is right next to? Justin, you want
Russia,
to take a wild guess? Close, but
Georgia.
it's
Wait,
right
hold
next
on.
door to Iran.
Oh, Iran. Okay.
Right next door.
Okay.
And so that strait, which I have the name now they named that road after the 8th. They named it this: the Trump route for international peace and prosperity. That's the new name of that route. Well, China actually strategically used that route to do trade with Iran and to do trade with Russia. If you look how that route goes right through Iran, it can cross through Turkey, and it goes right up to Russia. Well, by America by America controlling that land, now it's disrupting trade between Russia and China, like it's wanted to do, right? And yeah, there's which goes
Why do
into
I?
the Trump Ukraine stuff, and there's just so much more. I just don't want to.
Why do I feel like that's going to cause another conflict?
Well, that goes into the next conflict that we have, right? Russia and Ukraine. So for you're not really seeing that stuff on the news anymore, right? Because now it's no longer favorable, right, to be supporting Ukraine and shit like that, right? Because Americans want to keep the money in the U.S. Well, for anyone that's been keeping up with the conflict, Russia, week after week, month after month, has been slowly conquering city by city in Ukraine. It's going to get to the point where if they continue, there's going to be literally nothing left of Ukraine. And I'm not over exaggerating. If you guys really look into what's going on, Ukraine is in a very, very bad spot. It's actually kind of sad of how many lives are have been lost. But Russia is taking it city by city by city by city. And if you guys remember, there was a deal with the U.S. and Ukraine for Ukraine to provide rare earth minerals to the U.S. Right, and those are all the earth minerals we need for like EV batteries, for cell phone batteries, like all this shit. Well, if they don't broker this deal ASAP, there's going to be nothing left. Russia's just going to take it all. So Trump is in this situation. He's like, I need to stop this, or else I'm going to get 100% of zero versus, let's say, 10, 20% of something. So to Justin's point, yeah, it will be very, very interesting to see what unfolds with all of these moving pieces. There's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of shit that's not in the news. So you guys really got to do your own research on this stuff and really look into the power moves that are going on. And
It's
what they
4D chess.
right, and what they tell you, right? Oh my God, peace deal. This is not a peace deal. This is a strategic fucking war move, straight up, straight fucking up. They literally have land right next to Iran and Russia now, and it's the same trade route that Iran, I'm sorry, that China and Russia use. So this is all strategic shit. There's no peace deal shit. That's all.
So here's my thing though. So since Russia and China were using that route,
Mm-hmm.
now that's U.S. Territory.
Mm-hmm.
You think Russia and China are gonna, just stop using the route?
So from what I've read is basically like there's kind of like a taxation that goes on. It's like, yo, you want to use this route, like you got to pay up some money. So it could be like that. I think we'll know more based on what happens in Alaska and what the deals are going to be. But
Mhm.
this is kind of just straight right off the press. I mean, this happened on August 8th, right?
Yeah.
So just a few days ago. So very interesting to see how this unfolds. Um, you
So
know,
if you guys don't know, right? Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna add, we have to realize that both of these men are very smart. Whatever your opinion of Trump is, the man is still very, very smart,
Very
smarter
sharp.
than me, smarter than anyone watching this. For you to think that Trump is an idiot just proves that you are the actual idiot. Putin, very, very smart man. Was in the KGB. Russia literally invented the psyop. The KGB invented the psyop. So not everything is what it seems, and Russia is professionals. They are literally the creator of misdirection. So who knows? We try to research as much
Deception.
as we can, and we give you the best speculated opinion that we can, and we also try to dissect on what's really going on. Like we were saying, this is not a peace deal. This is a very strategic move. So, two very smart men, and probably two out of the three most powerful men in the world will be meeting
Mhm.
to discuss what happens.
So, and also, in case you guys don't know, when they meet in Alaska, Putin is adamant that he will. Well, Putin claims he said he will end the war with Ukraine if Ukraine gives up its eastern territory.
Yeah,
Now, I'm trying to think of the geography of Ukraine. I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't know either.
Um, but is that where that straight's close or no?
No. That strait is in between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and it's on the borderline of
of
Iran.
Iran. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the
So why
Ukraine
is the
stuff is
Eastern so why is
uh-huh.
the Eastern Territory so important for Putin, we think? Is that the more mineral rich area? Crimea, I know Crimea is a part of it. And
Right.
Crimea was like a very strategic point for Russia back in the day.
Mhm. I
Um,
think to be honest, uh it's the I think, and it just makes the most sense. If you look at it on a map perspective, the eastern side of Ukraine borders Russia,
mm,
whereas the western
yeah,
side borders like Belarus, Slovakia, Poland,
yeah,
Romania,
yeah.
no, Moldova. So, it's by them getting the east side, it just expands Russia
Hmm.
because
Yeah,
because they're getting the side of their border basically.
yeah, yeah.
And
Makes
dude, I really want to go to freaking Kaliningrad, bro. Like way total like opposite side of the Black Sea, but still a part of Russia. But
mm,
you need a Russian passport.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got for world news. Let's move on to stocks,
Uh,
shall we?
isn't somebody trying to bomb somebody still?
Oh, oh, wait. How could I have forgotten that? My
Mm-hmm.
bad. Are you talking about the military and the cartels?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you've been seeing in the news lately that
that's
you
some
know,
gang shit.
yeah, that Trump basically authorized military usage and strikes on the cartels. However, here's the issue: it's very unclear if it's in within U.S. borders or if it's in Mexican territory. Because on
Mm,
the other hand, you have the president of Mexico. What's her name? I forgot. But she's
I don't know.
completely denying that the U.S. is going to be conducting military operations within Mexico.
Mm,
However, there is, and there's reports of it of drones, spy planes flying over Mexico, drones
mm.
and stuff like that. And this is like a whole other rabbit hole to go down to with the president of Mexico too, with kind of like her ties and 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 the cartel. But I'm not going to
She,
dive deep into that.
she has ties to the cartel.
I don't know. That's
Oh,
that's that's the that's the rumor I was hearing when we were there, though.
dude, Mexico is interesting country, man.
Very interesting. The power dynamic is very
That right,
you know,
because you know, y- yeah, there's like third world parts, but it's very modern, right? It's not a third world country in the places that we go to, but the power dynamic, like you're saying, is still run like we're fucking in the 70s and the 60s. Like,
well, dude, it's like, I mean, who's seen the show Narcos, right? Narcos Mexico.
duh,
Like, I mean, we see how like and it's probably like this still where they're kind of embedded into the federal government in some capacity, you know? Like,
dude, yeah,
you
yeah,
know, when like when you understand there's different rules for different people. When people think of cartel, they think of like guys with the masks and the guns and everything, like running the country. No, it's a lot more sophisticated than that, right?
especially now, dude.
It's literally wolves in sheep's clothing, right? It's government officials that probably have some kind of bribe deal on the back end or whatever, or related to somebody, and
Hmm.
and and it and it's and it and we got to understand too, these cartel bosses, like they're worth billions of dollars. They probably fund campaigns. They probably
Just
don't
like A,
charity. Yeah, just like
just like
here.
APAC. Yeah, dude.
And that's how they embed themselves into the federal government of Mexico. So
Yeah, we're over here talking about Epstein. We're talking about George Soros. Well, do the Epstein's and the George Soroses of that country are literally the cartel bosses.
yeah, exactly. It's that's that's the more realistic way to look at it too. Like that's just it's not a far-fetched thing to realize.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. But, if cartels are operating within US territory, how crazy would that be if you just saw a Reaper
Just
drone flying in the
drone
sky?
him the fuck up, dude.
A Reaper drone flying above you. You're just in your backyard, and then you just see it just fire down a Hellfire missile
I
and just blow the shit out of something.
I will say Trump does not play shit when it comes to that. Who was it? He literally showed. Was it the president of? Who
It
was it?
was Trump. You're
Iraq?
talking about when he
No,
showed
yeah, show the
one of
picture of the dude's
the
house. Is
house.
like
Yeah.
he's like, this is a drone picture of your house. Like, I'll fucking blow their shit up.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
crazy.
I mean, yeah, I forgot how he worded it. There's a video of
Something like
it
that.
somewhere, but like,
Yeah, it's very
yeah,
loose.
I mean, he'd be like, he just showed them a picture of her house, like, here you go, like he said something like this. He's like, he showed the picture of the house, and he's like, you better not touch one fucking hair on like an American soldier's head, or and like that's how he like kept the Taliban at bay. It was like Taliban leaders that he
Yeah,
was saying that to.
crazy.
Yeah, we just let loose on this one already.
Oh man, sorry, Dad.
Man, but yeah, that's it for world news. Let's go. Let's get into crypto. Art, home.
We got to get into stocks, my dude.
I mean,
Did we forget
stocks.
about
Yes,
stocks? Yeah.
stocks.
So,
Let's pick up the
stocks,
pace.
guys.
Let's go.
Nasdaq rallies to new all-time highs. We saw a bit of a volatile market today, with some of these flushes, but flushes happen when stuff hits new all-time highs. S&P 500 was just like a buck away from all-time high again. And then we kind of flush. But overall, if you look at the Magnificent Seven, not a single name on the Magnificent Seven is down more than 1%. Apple down minus 0.9, Amazon down minus 0.6, Google down minus 0.2, Meta down minus 0.4, Microsoft down minus 0.05, Nvidia down minus 0.3, Tesla up 2.8%, and then the S&P 500 minus 0.2%. So, not super violent in the stock market, but I know the crypto market had a bit of a violent flush. We got insane spike last night that sold off on Bitcoin. Same thing with ETH, but we're just kind of bouncing back, and the market is picking itself back up. These weaker coins had some pretty violent flushes. The stronger coins are hanging in there. TRX is being TRX and breaking out as we speak. Yeah, that's kind of it for stocks, huh? Oh,
Well, there's some big news.
yeah.
There's some big news. I mean,
Right.
let's talk about guys. Trump is giving Nvidia and AMD a special deal, kind of like special treatment in a sense, right? The Nvidia and AMD agreed to a revenue share with the US, about 15% of the revenue of them selling in China.
Yeah.
How do we think that's going to affect the stock?
So, two things. One, it's interesting to see the CEO of Apple now talking in the White House. And it's interesting to see the CEOs of the other biggest companies in the world now basically running US like a business, which it should be ran like a business because the US is one of the biggest, or the US government's one of the biggest businesses in the world. But that goes to your point. So there's one little thing that people aren't talking about as much as it should be. Is we went through earnings, but you guys remember there's still one more company left to report earnings. What company is that? It's the biggest company in the world. What's the biggest
NVIDIA?
company in the world right now? NVIDIA. NVIDIA needs to report earnings in 2 weeks. If you guys saw the last NVIDIA earnings, look what happened with the market after. Where NVIDIA went, the market went. So NVIDIA's been running crazy. Just speculating what happens when stuff is ran crazy up to earnings. It gets priced in. With the tariff stuff. Even if they do great this quarter earnings, what investors always look for, because investors are, 5-10 years ahead thinking, is the forward outlook. Is if NVIDIA crushes earnings, but it's like, forward outlook is going to be tough, especially with the tariff. The stock can nosedive. You guys can ask Blast. He is Mr. Fundamental Analysis Master himself. So, there's still a little bit of cloud around the market, but we take it day by day. We try not to assume. We trade level by level. It's always worked for us. It will continue to work for us. But in about a week and a half or 2 weeks, when earnings come around, I'll be saying the same stuff as I said a couple weeks ago: is slow down real quick. Let's see what happens, and then apply the gas again.
Okay. And other news. This is kind of big. A huge IPO might be underway. A huge IPO might be underway. Again, a huge IPO might be underway. Not for sure, but it may be soon. Guys, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac might be IPOing. If you guys don't know who Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are, they're the reason for housing mortgages. Like, they control all of that. That is a huge conglomerate. Private conglomerate.
Were they responsible for the financial collapse? Were they the ones doing all those bonds?
I mean, they definitely had. I mean, they definitely were a part of it in a huge way. People were freaking out that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were going to collapse. They're just going to go away.
Guys, anyone play the Battlefield beta?
Oh god, so fun.
That was random. Pierce Fody and I were playing last night.
And Pause showed his true side last night.
Yep. He was like, all right, guys, let's get into crypto. Blast, if you're still in here, I'm not sure if you saw, but the yawn counter was at 2 right now. All right, Fody, you want to kick off crypto because you know more about base than I do?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so guys, Coinbase, and let me just put this on your radar, and let me just put this into perspective in the crypto world and like where I think it's heading. Okay, Coinbase, right? The undoubtedly the largest crypto exchange in the world. Okay, what layer 2 do they operate and own?
Base
layer 2 on Ethereum. Okay, they have an app coming out, right, called the Base app. What this app is going to do, it's going to be a one-stop shop for everything, right? Basically, it just tokenizes everything, whether it be product items, social stuff. We talked about it last market update, but you catch my drift. It's just going to be this huge cesspool of like tokenize everything. Yeah. So, and that's going to be using the Base network, obviously. Now, and I've mentioned this token in the past, and I still was super bullish back then. Still am very bullish. We've been in Aerodrome for a while. We've had great trades on Aerodrome for a while. Do you guys know what Aerodrome is?
No.
It's probably the main autonomous market maker for everything on Base, right? So think of like a Radium for Solana, a Jupiter for Solana, except this is for Base. Aerodrome does this for Base, right? But yeah, that's Aerodrome. It plays and it plays a crucial role in the base ecosystem. So I think Aero is one of those alts, and you could just only imagine that Coinbase is going to propel base so much more forward into the world, into everybody's hands, because that's their mission, because they want to take over the world, right?
Yep.
You can only imagine how Arrow is going to look like in the future, in my opinion. So keep your eye out for that. Arrow has been performing insanely well recently. I think we're way back over $1.
Mm.
Let me just double check. Yeah, $1.10. Guys, if you don't remember, if you weren't here 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago? Maybe it was like a year and a half
What?
ago. We were in Aerodrome at 50 cents.
Yeah, I do remember that actually.
Mm.
You all over that. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yawn counters at 3.
I saw the writing on the wall.
Man, I don't sleep enough.
But yeah.
Guys, I forgot to mention something. Blast brought up to my attention. So wheat stocks pumped crazy. Because Trump said he might reclassify the drugs, from it, being like a Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3. And the last time I actually traded weed stocks was when Biden was saying that he was going to potentially reclassify. I was in Morocco, and I remember distinctively because CGC popped crazy, and then I sold and then partied hard. But that was right when they were saying the same thing, that weed might get reclassified. So keep an eye out on weed stocks. I have a whole weed stock watch list. Man, I haven't opened up this puppy in forever. Let's just see what they're at. So you guys got to see my watch list name. It's called Weed Gang. ACB up 16%. CGC, which is the one which was my favorite one to trade, up 26%, 8% after hours. GRWG up 20%, up 7% after hours. GTBIF up 19%, does not trade after hours. Sundial up 19%, up 2% after hours. Now Tilray, up 41%, up 14% after hours. Golly. So keep an eye out on the Weed Gang stocks. I'll take a screenshot and post it in general chat right now for you guys. If you guys want to see it. Actually, I'll just post it in the stock chat. Stock chat, I just posted the Weed Gang watch list on the stock floor.
Mm-hmm. Very awesome. All right. Guys, I know we've talked about it. I've made posts about it, but let's dive a little bit deeper into it, okay? Because, a few days ago, it was still pretty novel, but now we got some more clarification on it. What's Project Crypto by the SEC, man? I have a huge thing right here to go over.
All right, I want to hear it.
And then, we're gonna make this quick. We're not gonna dwell on it too long. But
I want to dwell on it.
Do you?
No.
You want to dwell? You want to dwell on
dude.
it?
No.
Oh my god, dude! How hard did you guys eat ENA over the weekend?
Dude, what a home run, huh? Guys, the Ondo loss, the XRP loss, the ENA trade more than makes up for that bad boy. Not to mention we're in profit on Pengu, we're in profit on Litecoin, we're in profit on TRX. What else are we in? I'm brain farting right now.
Oh my god, you just ENA'd everywhere. Athena'd. Dude, why are you biting on your finger like that? That was great. Weird. All right, guys. Here's an overview of Project Crypto is a major initiative launched by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on July 31st, 2025, under Chairman Paul Atkins. It aims to modernize securities regulations to integrate blockchain technology and digital assets into U.S. financial markets. So, in short, they want to bring everything on chain, which is
Yeah, you
cool,
read that quick.
aligning with President Trump's vision to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. The project marks a shift from the SEC's previous enforcement. You guys remember the SEC was super anti-crypto just last administration, and now it's done a complete 180.
And
Um,
China's banned crypto for the 30 millionth time.
yeah,
Oh, and then the SEC dropped the XRP case for the 1 millionth time also.
I know. I feel like I keep reading headlines. Oh,
Dude,
case drop, case drop, case drop,
every
case
week,
drop.
every week. It's
All
like,
right,
buddy, we get it. It's not pumping anymore.
let me finish this.
All
The
right,
project makes a shift from the SEC's previous enforcement-heavy approach to a more innovation-friendly stance, focusing on clear rules, investor protection, and fostering domestic crypto innovation. It responds to recommendations from the President's Working Group of Digital Asset Markets and works in tandem with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission's CFTC Crypto Sprint program. This is good because, back then the CFTC and the SEC, they just weren't aligned. It's always good to have these two in line with each other as well, just because they operate so similarly, just depending on what the asset is. But I think it could be a good thing. The key goals for this is, you're going to have clear asset classification, right? So let's think of, because like I said, there's different ways to trade crypto. There's different things that you could do. You could stake, you could buy NFTs. You could when you trade on a DEX and you're swapping for different tokens, does that count as like, a trade, or is that just, you're swapping holdings for holdings? There's a lot of like, and then yeah, I mentioned staking, but there's just like a lot of different nuances that could be classified as different things, and we need more clarity on that. But yeah, key goals: enabling tokenization. We just talked about that. Streamlining licensing for super apps. So apps, we just talked about base app, right?
Yes.
Guys, we need to really grasp like how Coinbase's teeth, how deep Coinbase's teeth is sunken into the government. They
deep,
very deep. They
hold the U.S. holdings.
Yeah, they literally have also a war chest for candidates that they favor, right, to propel them forward. That's
the Sean Ryan podcast.
I mean, we're yeah. It was a good. It was a good podcast.
It's true, but no different than APAC, man.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Speaking of cool, how are those cool cats pumping?
They're doing all right, whatever.
Also,
supporting decentralized finance, DeFi, promoting self-custody, innovation exemptions, on-chain infrastructure. Amazing, guys. And you just saw SEC approve liquid staking, right? Meaning it's not a security. They're not going to treat it as a security if they abide by a certain set of rules.
So does that mean no capital gains tax on the gains from staking?
I'm not a tax professional. I don't know, but it's not treated as a security, man. It's not a security, because liquid staking in itself is different than traditional staking, right? Because in return, if you guys don't know what liquid staking is, when you go to stake Solana or your Ethereum, you get a token in return, which is a liquid token, a token that has value attached to it, and it's tradable, right? You're exchanging one for one. The only difference is it gains yield over time. But that's liquid staking. You're getting a liquid token in return with its own liquidity pool and so forth. So yeah, not a security. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Maybe this is an area where Stock and Lock could tap into, because one of the main focal points and challenges that they are facing is education on this stuff.
Well, I think I already told you this, but you know how we're going to the conference in Switzerland, and Switzerland is investing into 3 big things right now. They're investing in crypto mining, crypto infrastructure, and crypto education.
Yeah.
And they're investing $1 billion Swedish francs into those 3 sectors.
Chat, be real. Would you guys like it if I try to get the SEC on our market update one time?
Yeah. I thought, why'd you ruin the surprise?
No, I mean, I
We
didn't.
literally have ex SEC chair Gary Gensler coming next week, so we can actually roast him.
Pause goes, absolutely.
Oh, cream. Uh,
Pause every time you type like that. I'm imagining you saying it in person. Absolutely.
Pierce is so happy.
He's a
Pierce,
happy guy. He's
if
a
Pierce
happy
was
guy.
a dog, he would be a golden retriever, just always happy as shit.
Except when you play Battlefield, because I saw the real side of him. He was
Oh,
screaming, he was cursing, he was
he just said,
moaning,
"Gosh
he was
darn it,"
doing all kinds of things. I don't know.
moaning.
Because like
Uh,
he was he was getting really into it, right? Like, say if he was downed by the enemy team, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm down," and then we come save him, but he would come save us,
I
and
would do the same thing. I would
yeah,
act like I'm
I'm not,
bleeding out.
well,
I'm like,
I'm not,
ah,
I'm not knocking you, Pierce.
ah.
He was really getting into it. He was really role playing, and then when he would come out with his light machine gun, he was like, "Ah!" He goes, gosh darn it. Nah, we were having fun.
love
We
you,
were having
buddy.
fun. We were having fun. All right, what's it? Next one. Guys, Bo Hines. This first of all, I didn't even know what the hell he did, to be honest. I just know he got appointed for being pro crypto, to lead the crypto council in the White House. He resigned and now he's moving into the private sector. Probably got a better deal. Probably know something. I don't know. Who
Probably
knows?
can make way more money in the private sector.
Probably didn't get along with a lot of people. And yeah, of course you can make a
Mm,
lot more money in the private sector.
mm.
He was probably like, yeah,
You know
I
what?
mean,
I gotta check one crypto stock real quick. Actually,
well, yeah, what stock is that?
Clean Spark.
Did they get hit?
They were the only crypto miner that was down today.
How much?
2%, nothing crazy.
Mm.
But all the rest are up like 1%, 2%, 5%, 3%. HUT outperforming, baby. American Bitcoin, HUT 8. HUT 8. HUT 8. So Justin, did you know CleanSpark has an office here right next to USwirl in Hendo?
Clean Spark?
Yep.
Let's go pay him a visit.
Let's go, dude.
Let's go knock on the door. Hey,
Let's go. Hey, you guys want to get on the pod?
you want to get a froyo downstairs?
Come on. Let's talk over a froyo.
Let's have a froyo. What
Which,
kind of
by the way,
toppings do you like?
we should do Polly. We should do Polly
Yeah,
before we leave.
it's got to be a Friday, guys. Just to put it on your radar, and yeah, we have to do it before we leave for sure. I'm
Don't
thinking
tell them
next
who
week.
we're interviewing. Just let them know it's going to be a special market update.
You just said it.
No one heard. I said Molly. We're gonna do a very special market update. It's gonna be on a Friday. We don't know the week just yet, but no, very very soon the market update is gonna be on a Friday with a special guest.
I'm aiming for next Friday, to be honest. Not this Friday coming up, but next Friday. That's what I'm looking to do. I think that's literally the day.
Oh
before
my
birthday.
God, TRX is creaming.
Oh
Oh
God.
my God.
Sorry, I just. Oh my God. Wait, my birthday's this week.
Dude, 5 days, bro.
Whoa. All right. Curveball. Anyways,
Saturday is your birthday.
yeah, forgot when my birthday was, but yeah, okay, but yeah, we have a special guest coming on. It's got to be on a Friday because that's unfortunately that's when they can do it. So keep that in mind. Next Friday, not the Friday coming up, but next Friday. Anyways, guys, we have schools starting to hoard crypto to buy Bitcoin. Okay, Harvard bought $117 million of a Bitcoin ETF.
Whoa, TRX candle.
When you throw the whole conversation off when you do that.
I'm sorry.
All right, next topic. Because it wasn't even that cool of a topic.
No, dude, it's cool, dude. Even Harvard knows.
Yeah. Do you guys know who Credix is? Anybody in the chat know who Credix is? I guess they scammed but blamed it on a hack and just
That
just
sounds like every
disappeared.
rapper.
Sounds
Oh
like
my god.
every
Oh
sounds
my
like
god,
every
my Twitter
marketing
got hacked.
agency out there. Sounds like every marketing agency out there. Sounds like every
Yo,
I mean,
if I give a picture of somebody to one of you guys, can you guys give me all of his info and dox him or what? Anyone just a master at this shit?
bro, he's doxxed. Like we have his
I'm sorry. I want to know his exact whereabouts now. I need someone to tap into his iPhone and see where this guy's at.
they have PIs that are really good at this. Anyways, guys, there was a Credix team. Basically, they did crypto loaning in some capacity. They got $4.5 million stolen from them. And then after that happened, they immediately delete all their socials, take their website offline, and they're never to be seen.
That's crazy. That's literally what all these rappers were doing when they would launch a meme coin and they'd be like, "Oh my god, my shit got hacked." Breaking.
What's breaking?
Blake just says plane just crashed into another plane in Montana at the airport.
Oh my, well, dude, what is with these planes crashing into each other?
Dude, I don't even want to fly.
You're telling me, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, there's a serious problem with air traffic control right now that they're crashing into each other. Like, they're not communicating with each other. Like, this has never happened before. Like, why is this happening right now?
And at what point do we update the planes? There should not be planes that still have the credit card swipe. Okay,
There's planes that are 60 years old, dude.
That's insane to me, dude. When are we gonna update the planes?
One
And
plane was parked.
and shame on the airlines for literally charging more for the safer planes. It costs more
Shame.
to fly on an Airbus than it costs on a Boeing.
Shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Let's see what's airline stocks like. Stocks. Dude, the stocks aren't too bad. The stock, yeah.
Dude,
UAL
Coinbase
is
has
actually kind of bullish.
Coinbase
But
has
shame.
DEX trading.
Huh?
Coinbase has DEX trading.
Dude, they've been adding a lot of features. Dude, what's up with these candles on TRX? It's just booming. Should bounce
Is it?
boogie
I
and
mean,
sklout.
good that it's freaking booming.
Bounce boogie and sklout.
Is the DEX trading on advanced mode, or is it in the Coinbase wallet?
It's probably on
Or
creativity mode. Have you ever put it on that mode? It's sick.
have you put it on bounce on it mode?
Yeah, but there's just too much slippage.
Dude, where is the
Moving on.
Whoa.
Oh! Look at our own member saying, you already know the deal. Art, we closed over 34. You're right. Boom! Candles.
Yeah, but pretty soon you're gonna be able to DEX trade in your Coinbase app. I think so. What guys, if you don't know what I mean by DEX trading, is like literally you're swapping token for token. You're not, you don't need to you don't need to buy it with fiat if you just want to swap it straight up, or like it's a decentralized way of essentially buying crypto. We do it all the time. You think of Uniswap, think of Sushi Swap, think of Jupiter, think of Pancake Swap. Those are DEXs. Sorry, I'm just. Oh my god, what an animal! What the hell? Anyways, But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, huh, for today.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything you want to talk about? What's cooking? What are we in? Like, I'm still in Pangu.
Pengu's cooking, Litecoin still cooking. Ondo stopped out once again, but we had the levels right. It's already pumping back up.
Mhm.
Um,
Pepe sucks, dude.
really want I know, dude. You guys got mad at me when I said that Pepe's dead. The only reason I play Pepe is because it pumps literally identical to ETH, and it's just a cheaper play than ETH. But when ETH dips, thing gets wrecked. Pengu's way stronger.
Yeah, I think the mind share is drifting away from these. Like, it's weird, right? Like you'll have like old classic memes run cycle to cycle to cycle, and then at some point they'll start to fade. The mind share goes
Yeah.
away on them. But like, listen, you know, shame on you for not trading Pepe for the past 2 to 3 years when it was you know, ripping balls.
It was just ripping crazy.
Now it's time for a new beast to come in. And is that Pengu? I don't know. Right?
Yes.
Could be. Very well could be. I have a good I think I have a good hunch that it is.
It's raining
I think
Pengu.
I think we can't underestimate how well of a builder Luca Nets is in this space.
I mean, do you want my honest take? I think it has nothing to do with the NFT project. I think it has nothing to do with Luca. I think it has everything to do with the cabal that is promoting Pengu. And if you look at the cabal,
I think I have to disagree with you. And it's not just the NFT
you didn't
project.
even let me finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
Do you even know the cabal that's pushing Pengu right now?
Who's the cabal that's pushing Pengu? How do
Do
you
you
know?
know
How
though?
do you know? How do you know the cabal? No, who's the cabal?
Because I know the cabal pushing Pengu is literally World Liberty Financial.
Dude,
If you look, I'm not kidding, dude. Look at the main guy promoting it is Zach Wickoff. He's been promoting it since way before the pump, dude. And Chase Hero and World Liberty, they're all over this thing.
bro, I've been
Trust
watching.
me.
I've been watching it since I got airdropped on launch, man, and just what they're doing. We also got to understand, like they have like a
Yeah,
huge ecosystem, not just the
but
NFT project. Abstractor Layer 2 is
I'm gonna
performing
have to
really.
bring up receipts on this. Look at the first time it
I mean,
got
listen,
tweeted by Zach
what I'm
Wickoff
saying,
and the World Liberty boys. That's when it started flying.
what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that what you're saying is not is. I'm not saying it's not adding to the value, but like you can't undermine what like the ecosystem that they've built.
Bro, I can because look at Ape, dog. Look at Ape Coin. Like we don't you could say the same kind of ecosystem, but the fact of the matter is Pengu was dead until those boys started to tweet about it. Period.
Dude, all memes were dead during that time. What do you mean? We were down.
Compare, look at the timestamps of when they started to promote Pengu. It's exactly when it started pumping. And why did Pengu outperform every other meme out there? Mog, freaking Mudang, Pepe, you name it. Pengu outperformed them to the T when those boys got involved promoting this thing. Literally,
I'm still going by they're
they
not the sole
they are the
reason.
cabal right now of this cycle. It's the whole Trump family. It's like, what are we even talking about? How is this even a debate? I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with the ecosystem here. Just literally look at the timestamps.
Yes, it
Every
does.
time they
Yes, it does.
tweet
Yes, it
about
does. Yes, it
this shit
does.
went
They're not
nuts.
the they're not the sole reason. They're not the sole reason. They're
Oh,
not.
okay. All right. So tell me in the Pengu ecosystem, well,
Bro,
what are they doing?
you compared it to Moodang, where Moodang
I compared it
strictly
to Ape first.
okay, Ape. What's Board Ape Yacht Club doing?
What's Pengu doing?
Bro, they're abstract layer 2. That's the token for abstract layer 2. Do you know how well that chain is performing? Dude, week after week, it's done more volume than any other layer 2.
Yeah, but what's that have to do with Pengu?
Because it's the token that's powering that layer 2. That's the token you use on that layer 2.
All right, agree to disagree. I don't think that's the reason it's pumping.
I'm not saying it's the only reason it's pumping. Like what you're saying is helping the pump too, but your reason is not the only reason. I can assure you that.
Why do we need abstract
bro,
as the
bro,
layer?
bro. Okay, but if you look at the mind share of pudgy penguins, and first of all,
Yeah.
the meme is the most used meme sticker on Instagram.
Okay.
The IP that it has, the network that it has, like this is value onto the token, bro. You see Coinbase with a pudgy penguin PFP one time. You see Van Eck with a pudgy penguin PFP. You
Dude,
see,
everyone's had a PFP of something popular
I'm just
already,
saying
bro.
I'm just saying the mind share, bro. The mind share right now. Like, don't deny that the token's doing well because don't deny that the token's not doing well because of the ecosystem too. Okay, the ecosystem is flourishing. All right, I look at it every single day. It's not just because of Trump. It really isn't. Like it's kind of crazy. And to compare it to
I didn't
Moodang, where
say Trump. I said the World Liberty Boys because those are the boys promoting it like crazy, and
okay,
that's when
but
it started the pump.
who runs World Liberty? The Trumps. All right, but but Moodang, like what is Moodang? Moodang is simply just meme, right? Mog is simply just meme, but Pangu, happens to have all this infrastructure behind it, and it's not just a meme. I said what I said.
At the end of the day, abstract just a chain made by Pangu, which is just like every other chain. If you ask me, it's just garbage.
Hey,
That's just my thoughts.
and listen, you're valid in your thoughts, right? But in the short term, people are bullish on it. In the long term, who knows? Could be.
I'm not saying don't be bullish on it. I'm literally in a bullish trade on it. Like I'm still gonna
I know,
trade the
yeah,
chart.
yeah, but that's why I think a lot of people like Pengu.
Yeah,
My
but that's
opinion.
like yeah, yeah, I'll probably piss you off if I say this, but that's like saying, "Oh my god, Shiba is so good because they got a freaking Shiba swap." Okay, dude.
Dude, are
That's
you fucking stupid, bro? Like,
yo, chill with the language. We're still on stream. No, bro, because abstract chain does nothing for the ecosystem that's not already out there. Period. What does it do differently than
all
what's
right.
out
So
there?
then, why do we
Nothing.
like ENA? Why do we like anything besides ETH?
Because we do, baby. Real world assets. That's why.
You have real world assets on any network.
I know, but at the end of the day, like, why? That's kind of my point, right? Is at the end of the day, it's still going to be a garbage project when
Like
it really
everything
comes down
else.
to it. Right, just like everything else, just like I've been saying, just like we always say,
But in the
99% of the
moment,
coins are gonna go to zero. They're trash, and they're not gonna last in the ecosystem as the ecosystem gets
yeah,
better and better.
in the long run, but in the short term, it's the hot shit right now.
I'm not saying it's not. And to compare it to Athena is silly because the USDE, which is actually a topic that we forgot to discuss today, ENA's stablecoin is the highest volume stablecoin right now.
Okay, but that okay. You're proving your own point though. Why is ENA so valuable? What do they do differently?
They don't do anything differently.
Exactly. That's your whole argument.
That's not my whole argument. And just like ENA, it's just another stable coin. Right now, it has the most volume ever. That's why it's pumping. Pengu has a lot of volume. It's being promoted. That's why it's pumping. At the end of the day, both coins have done nothing to improve the ecosystem. They're just another addition. But at least ENA is like it's a stable coin, so you can hold it and keep its value. Pengu started as a meme. Cool. They made some plushy bears and then they made a chain. So what, man? That's just like Blast Network creating Blast. And then Blast was on a huge Blast was so popular for a while, right? It was the most active chain. And then what happened to Blast? Died. Dead.
And so
Trash.
will everything else.
Trash. Exactly. Not our Blast, obviously, but Blast chain. Trash.
Good chain. It's actually it's a pretty good chain.
Oh, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude.
Fucking sheep.
See, we can still have a normal conversation.
Sheepy swap.
Sheep, it's no different, dude. At least Sheba had a Dex.
Wait, you think there's no Dexes on Abstract?
I don't see a pudgy penguin Dex.
Bro, do not compare that